Hello everybody, this is Brandon with expeditiousfool.com, putting mindfulness in motion. And I'm going to do a video today that's going to trigger some people. Been doing that a lot lately. That just means I'm on the right path. But God helps those who help themselves. Most people have heard it, but what's it mean? How is that path? That path is meditation, breathwork, and yoga. And those work for all religions and all faiths, as explained by many of the masters. But why? Because breathwork, meditation, and yoga are how we can open ourselves up for grace. On a scientific level, neurons that fire together wire together, right? Every emotion you have is your body saying, I want a neuropeptide for this. We're based off of programs and past experiences. So the only way that you can change that is by creating new past experiences. How do you create new past experiences? By every single day, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you think, you stick to the path to flip that on its head. What's that path? You start to cultivate confidence. You start to cultivate acceptance of yourself first, because that is the only way. So confidence, acceptance, surrender to something that is higher than you, right? When you cultivate these things, what do? You become strong in who you are, and who you are becomes someone that is accepting of all, as well as knows that you're a part of all. Any emotional thing that comes up in you, it's fake. Any thought that comes up in you, it's fake. It's a distraction. It's a resistance. So if you get triggered by this, excellent. That means you need to start working. God helps those who help themselves. There's one way to develop grace. You can do good things. You can have a good heart. But as soon as that becomes transactional, which unless you've developed grace, it is, then that's what that means. You will do good until enough bad happens to you. You will do good until something so negative stirs you up in a way because you haven't created your system to withhold that. Now, scientifically, what that is, yoga, meditation, and breathwork, is creating a heart rate variability. And the longer and the more you practice, it goes like this and increases your heart rate variability. Do you know what that means? It means that you can remain comfortable if your heartbeat is sky high or if it's dropped down low. That's what all the sages are talking about when they refer to beyond the body. Beyond those emotions, beyond that mind, beyond that heart rate, beyond your cellular receptors, which are telling you, hey, feel this way. No, you don't have to. That's not divine. That's not divine grace. That's your bug body. And the only way you can keep it in check is through daily maintenance. Breathwork, meditation, yoga, a daily mindfulness practice. God helps those who help themselves. And then those are able to help and show others the truth about themselves, the truth about the world, the truth about reality, to the capacity of human comprehension, which is much more than most think. And yes, that means that most of the stuff you've worried about your whole life, you didn't have to worry about. That means most of the stuff you're worried about right now isn't really a problem, no matter how big that problem seems. Sadhguru uses a reference to this vehicle, being the body part that we have to transcend, as a BMW, and I love it. Body, mind, world. If you are attached to those three things, you cannot operate in grace. And until you can transcend those three things, body, mind, and world, you cannot help anybody else truly, even if you have a good heart. Even if you have a good spirit, because you have to clear out all the resistance before that spirit and that heart can truly shine, and before it's truly transcendent of ego, of your own desires. This is what I offer throughout my teaching of yoga. So I hope that this is an inspiration to those that are already following the same path as me. And I hope it's also an inspiration for those of you that aren't, to really sink in, kick the ego out, and listen to what's being said. God helps those who help themselves. If you want to be a good person, you have to do daily work on yourself. And this specific daily work, because it's how the human system creates its resistances. It's also how the human system can create its programming for itself. That way you're not controlled by compulsions. You're not somebody else's idea. No, you are then operating in true grace, true creativity. This is what I offer you. It's up to you on whether or not you take it. It's up to you on whether or not you do the daily work. But these messages, I've been hitting every single day, multiple times a day. We're working on 2 years now. I've been at this. Every day. Over, about 2 decades of study I've done in this. And only the past 2 years has there actually been result. And I've been a good guy my whole life, with a good heart, not wanting to hurt people. Varying levels of healing based off of my varying levels of work, day in and day out. It opens you up more and more so you can be grace. And grace doesn't look like you think it does with all of the emotional side until you transcend that. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this message. Sat Nam.